Good morning. It is 9:26 a.m. on Saturday, August 20th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, follow up from yesterday. Still no definitive answer, but after calling the leasing office, I spoke to one person who kind of just it seemed like she didn't maybe really know, but speculated that it was kind of just sort of like a computer thing, like there's just some algorithm that just decides these things. And she agreed that it was weird, but that's all it was. And so, obviously, that was not really a satisfying answer. Even if it's true, I kind of want someone to be a little more definitive with me. Also, I was kind of feeling like, well, hey, if I could get the longer lease for the lower rate, I would be interested in that. Um, and then, so I pressed a little bit, and they said that they would have like the leasing office manager call me back. And there was a little bit of a phone tag where I got a voicemail from her, and she seemed to almost be like on the voicemail to be like falling all over herself to assure me that there was nothing sinister and that we could talk about any questions I had, and she seemed really earnest about it. So that honestly helped me feel a little better that I I think she was concerned that I was concerned um, that something suspicious might be going on. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. But anyway, that's what I know about that so far. What else? So yesterday, last night, we had the first session for the RPG that I mentioned previously, that I was creating the character for. And it was a lot of fun. It was kind of a tutorial mission sort of thing. How do we get this group of characters together on the same adventure doing stuff? You know, Destiny tapping them on the shoulder, so to speak. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to additional sessions. I won't get into it any more than that, other than to say that yay so far. All right. Um, Today, one of the things I have on my agenda is I'm going to watch Bridge on the River Kwai. And even as I say that, I feel like I somehow suddenly can't remember if it's Bridge on the River Kwai or over the River Kwai. I don't remember which is the correct title, but it's one of those. And, then it'll turn out it's like Bridge of the River Kwai. Anyway, the reason I would be watching it specifically is that it is the next movie on the AFI's top 100 movies list. And so that's a good one. It was, in fact, one of the first classic movies that I ever watched in terms of when I was a kid. And the idea of, sometimes like when you're a little kid, the idea why would you watch an old movie? There's sort of a perception because you don't know any better. It's like, well, new movies would be better than old movies, right? Um, and so it's a good one, but I also haven't seen it in a long time. So I'm probably gonna watch that today. And then I have kind of half a mind to maybe go out and try to see Sausage Party as well. I've heard good things. I'm not sure that I'm dying to see it though, so it may well be that my laziness will overwhelm my initiative in terms of seeing it today. At any rate, but probably gonna play some video games too. But that's the plan for today. Oh, I remember the other thing that I was going to talk about today, which was that last night I also watched on Amazon Video. the pilot for a new live action version of The Tick. And it's interesting given that there are two previous iterations of The Tick as a TV show. There's the cartoon and then the previous live action version, and they're all very different, and that's interesting. I remember loving the cartoon with a deep and abiding passion. And then I remember the previous live action show coming out and me just sort of feeling like it's not the same. Like, I never really warmed to it. It's like, I guess it's funny enough, but it's not the same. And, I think maybe that was a little bit unfair of me. Um, that I was never quite able to let it be its own thing. But it's fine. It's good. The new one, likewise, is very different than either of the previous iterations, uh, and I think I'm just more at peace with that now. Like the idea of letting this show be its own thing. One of the interesting elements to it is that at least in this first episode, this pilot, it kind of intimates that the tick might sort of just be a figment of Arthur's imagination. Like the tick is clearly doing things in the world, but we aren't sure if it might just be Arthur somehow going into like a psychotic state and doing it himself somehow. They definitely there's hints like that, but I don't know if that's where they would actually go with it. But it's interesting, and I would definitely suggest watching that pilot if you are at all interested in the tick. And it's Amazon's doing its pilot season thing, so basically they're going to decide based on the response to this whether they're going to make any more of them. So check it out. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.